don't you preach entrepreneurship? Don't you value like using your natural skills to make money?
No,
Like
no,
that's
no, no, no.
But
that's
John,
Anton
yes,
actually,
y'all are missing
Jess,
it.
this is actually a lie.
If you want to be
Oh
a
my gosh.
ballerina, if you want to be a veterinarian, do it. You'll just won't. He won't pay for it. That's
No,
right.
so,
And what I'm saying is, you don't have to pay for it. But damn, daddy, you're not gonna talk to me no more.
no, but these,
Yeah, but I mean, every parent has the right to choose how they're going to spend their money on a kid. So if a parent says, hey, listen, I'm going to pay for your school, but only if you're going to be a lawyer. And the kid turns around, you're like, hey, daddy, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be a teacher. The parent has the right to say, hey, listen, if you're going to be a teacher, you're going to pay for your own school. The parent has that right. Because the parent did say, I'm never going to pay for you to go to school. No, I'll pay for school if you're going to be a lawyer. So the child, which at some most times when it comes to college, most kids are adult age, they have the right to say, okay, daddy, I will go to school to be a lawyer, you can pay my tuition. Or they can say no, pursue their degree as a teacher, but the parent is not obligated to pay the tuition. I agree with that part.
he's consistent with that because he said fuck your dreams, and I remember that the same way I remember he said fuck them kids.
This
He
is
said
why the
fuck
black
your,
community is
he been
last.
consistent with that because I remember he said fuck your dreams. You need to do
This is
what you
why
need
the
to do.
black
You,
community is
what,
last.
what,
Our
what,
only
what, what?
dream is some type of
Oh my God, the black
entertainment.
community. What?
This
There's
is
no white
why
dancers.
other
Shut up.
other
Well,
other cultures have
You said
way more going on. They
Other
are
cultures are not
dominating
dancing.
industries
woman,
because they are bred for it. They're bred to
they are.
dominate those
They
industries.
and
are.
they're
They
very
don't have a
White
choice.
culture.
Y'all be such in this weird bubble that y'all think this is why we can't get ahead. Force your kids to do something in a specific industry
Mm-hmm.
like every other culture does.
Hey Molly.
Put them in a STEM field. Stop trying to make them be an athlete or a
Or
rapper
a
or some
rapper.
type of jigaboo entertainer. Put them in something where they can compete
She's funny. What is a jigaboo entertainer? That's funny.
with the rest of the world.
the
Or we're
bull.
always going to be
Hey
last.
Molly.
And y'all are always going to be crying about how white people aren't letting us get ahead.
Nobody's
But we're
talking about
pushing
white
our
people.
kids into retarded things. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey Molly,
So
did
nasty.
you do
Yep.
did you
The
do a
bull.
job that your
Oh
parents
my.
told you to do? Did you do the
Fatty,
same
what was your
job?
original point? What was your original
Yes,
point?
I
Let
did.
Huh?
the banter answer.
No,
No,
no.
because Fatty was making a
Gotta just
point and then he stopped saying
everybody.
what he
Yeah,
was saying.
my point is my
She
point
got it.
was
She put herself down.
my,
She
my
got it.
point was the question, right? Because probably it's just it's fine. I'm not even because I don't want to fight with her. Did you pave your way? Did you create who Anton Daniels is and what he did, or did your parents decide that for you?
My parents didn't pay for me to do anything. They
So
didn't
you
have,
decided, but they did.
Wait a minute.
no, listen, my parents didn't have the resources to be able to pay for me to do things. It's a difference. Okay. So I have resources that my parents didn't have. But at the same time, they did direct me in a certain way because the requirement was to ultimately for me to become an engineer. He didn't have the resources to be able to pay for me to go to college. He didn't have, but he did make some sacrifices earlier in life in which I had the opportunity to go to private school for 2 years of middle school before I went back to high school. But that was just to save me from the hood because we was raised in an environment that even though I had two parents, that it was still, you know what I'm saying, a lot of influences that was around me. And so he wanted me to experience life around other people and other cultures that then thought differently. And we had to wear a tie. And so it was really just a way for him to change my mentality towards how I viewed myself versus telling me where it is that I was supposed to go. But my parents never paid for my education. My parents never put any stipulations on me because they didn't have anything to tie me, right? So what they did was they set the foundation for how we get married, you know what I'm saying, our cultural norms. We don't have children out of wedlock. We make sure that we marry anybody that we have children with before we have, you know, and all of that. And so, you know, those were the things that they instilled in me.
So just to clarify, it's not about the money. It's not about the values and the mindset and all that. It's just about the money. If you pay
No,
bills,
it's not about the money. What we are taught, what I'm taught in my culture
But you
is
said
that you seek
the money
ye first You seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you.
I don't know how they can't understand what he's saying. You know, it's like they want him to raise his kids. Because at the end of the day, they are really talking about the way he raises his kids. Because he's saying he's going to be steadfast. And he's saying if he's trying to raise his kids a certain way and the kids want to go in a different direction, he's going to stop taking care of them. Because if the kid is not going to listen to me, they shouldn't come to me for resources. That's all he's saying. So if you have kids and you want to raise them in a certain way, but they refuse to listen because, we know all teenagers when they become 16, 17, 18, they don't want to listen to their parents because they believe they're adults too. He's saying once the kid stops listening and doesn't listen to his ways, he's going to stop taking care of the kids. That's all he's saying. And I agree.
That the money comes along with the purpose that is instilled in you, that is also covered by you according to your culture and your parents and your community. So we pass down traditions, and that is the way that we do things. We are, for example, I'll give you an example because y'all keep talking about money. We are okay. We are okay with our daughters wanting to be wives or wanting to be stay-at-home mothers. We have no problem with that. And that's my thing. When you say stuff like, oh, it's just all about the money, or you using examples like Angelina Jolie and shit like that, that doesn't mean anything to me because I'm okay if my daughter decides that she just wants to be a stay-at-home mother to her husband. She is taught all of the things that it takes in order to be a good wife. She knows how to make things from scratch. She knows how to care for people. She is very much in tune with God. She very much prays over me before I leave out of the house. And that is what I'm saying. Y'all keep saying stuff that don't resonate with me because y'all keep tying it back to money because I have resources. No, it's not about the money at all. It's about staying within the parameters of what I set up my daughter to do. And if she goes outside of it, then she will be held accountable for it.
Yeah. Wait, you said we're it about money, but your whole premise was that I got the money. If you don't do what I say, you don't get the money.
That's correct. That's an inheritance. Okay, I have a specific group of things that is okay for her to do. As long as she operate within my covering, she is fine. The minute that she decides that she want to go outside of my covering and she want to step outside and do what she want to do, then she lose that inheritance. She lose my covering. She lose everything that comes along with that, and she's not going to do that.
Does she?
I definitely agree with him. Kids, I mean, these days, parents, the way they raise kids, it's like they make kids their friends. It's like you're the parent, they are the child. Once they forget that difference, they're going to walk all over you. And some people let them. But he's saying, my child is going to know I'm the father. I get the resources. I get the parameters of how she's going to live her life as long as she's under my roof. If she doesn't, no provision. That's all he's saying.
Who's her father? Okay,
exactly. That was the point. Because
it depends on what she decides to do. If you do something that is completely against what I believe in, and I won't, then you will absolutely
that's beyond controlling.
If you do something, if you do something that I think that is reprehensible, you absolutely will.
Wow. Okay, so the question is why? Well, one second. One second.
One second, please.
I don't get it.
AQ. Let me just ask a question. This is $1 million question.
I
don't get it.
No,
you're gonna
hey friends,
in your daughter's life if she does.
Yes, 1 second. Yes,
I understand cutting her off financially, but you're saying you're gonna cut her off just in general if she don't live her life the way you want to. If it's not anything. Whatever you say, egregious.
You guys should understand Umar. You should understand Umar.
Jess, you forgot the original point. So why is Dr. Umar Johnson wrong?
Yeah, you should understand Dr. Umar.
Why is Dr. Umar Johnson?
No, Dr. Umar is wrong because he's bringing it out in public. That's why he's wrong. He's talking about his issues with his baby mamas, with his daughters in public, on a public social media platform. That's what Anton was saying. Don't talk about your family issues in public.
Hold on. Let me answer this question.
Why is he wrong?
I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back because it's almost like y'all not listening. It is a difference in raising a daughter according to your standards versus coming into her life at 22 fucking years old.
Baby daddy.
Okay? I don't know why y'all can't put that two together. If I've raised her in the admonition of myself, according to what God has given me, and she has been under my covering, provided for, fed her, clothed her, been there for her, picked her up, all of the things, versus a person that is talking to his daughter through the fucking internet and has never actually seen her as a baby, it is a big difference.
Yes.
Please.
I agree with him. So, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Umar has been going through it with his baby mamas and his daughters coming out saying he didn't take care of them, but he's been going through it on the social media. So people are reacting to it, but they're trying to, conflict that issue of Dr. Umar Johnson with the way Anton Daniels raises his kids. But anyway, the video is 42 minutes. I'm not going to do the whole video. So I'll link down below the full video to Anton Daniels' channel.